Guys, it really seems like the summer of banger banner weekends. We've got another one of those weekends right here in front of us. How the heck are ya? I am Fastidious. Look over here, guys. We got our 2Xs. That is par for the course by now. But then we have a 15X on Hatssut, obviously incredible triple S quality hero, and a brand new, amazing new Legendary Mage. I actually already did an initial breakdown on him, so you can go check that out. We've got Glacius, and then, I mean, some people, and this will be a big topic in the video, so look forward to that. A lot of people are kind of peeved that Debbie, aka Ingrid, has arrived so soon, like insanely soon after Praetus and Valderon and Yovar. People think we deserved a bit bigger break. I think I have kind of a unique opinion on it, so look forward to that. But undeniably, whether you think the banner came too quickly or not, an incredible banner. Incredible banner over here for Debbie. Incredible banner over here for Hatssut and Glacius. We have a lot to discuss. Get excited, people. This is about as cool and promising as a banner weekend could be. It is going to be insane. Let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Very important, guys. We are having huge pulls parties on both Friday and Saturday. Friday will be for Hatssut and Glacius, and of course Saturday will be for Ingrid and Thallen. It's going to be brilliant stuff, guys. Sign up link will be in the top pinned comment in the description. Hope to see you there. Alrighty, folks, so I want to divide this video into two parts. The first part is just going to be talking about why we should be so hyped for this weekend. These are two truly exceptional banners. I'm not overstating that. They're fantastic. I kind of want to speak to the banner quality and why I'm summoning on both, and I'm hoping I get lucky. The second part, I want to talk specifically about Ingrid, aka Debbie, and is she coming too soon? I know that is a very hot topic. I know a lot of people have been asking me if I think it is too soon, and I have a pretty direct response. Let's kick it off with the quality of the banners, and I do want to start with the normal banner, the 15X for Glacius and for Hatssut. Let's begin with Hatssut. You know, Glacius and Ingrid, they are new heroes. Hatssut and Thallen, those are the known commodities. I'll go far deeper into both of these banners later in the week. Of course, I do my Should You Summon videos. However, I do need to briefly discuss how good Hatssut actually is, because it's crazy. Look over here, guys. We sort by overall. We're on my website, fastidious.gg. V2 will be up within a week. A thrilling time in the realm. I cannot wait. If we look, we've got 10 triple S heroes on my entire site, my entire tier list, and one of those heroes is Hatssut. There are 5 normal heroes, 5 Legendary Lord heroes. Hatssut makes the list as one of those normal heroes. She really deserves it. Let's go straight to the tier ratings over here, and you can see it is just banger after banger. Starts off, I guess, kind of soft with an A, a B+, and an A. How does she earn that triple S? Well, GR2, she's the best burst hero in the game. GR3, she's the best right side hero in the game. GR5, she is the key component to almost every strat. Can you do it without Hatssut? Yeah. Is it going to be easy or doable in any realistic way at all? No. You can do it, but it will be like pulling teeth, and the whole time you'll be thinking, if I had Hatssut, this would be infinitely easier. This is coming from me, someone who has done it on takeovers without her, but certainly has done it on many takeovers with her, and on my own account, I've beaten 5 stage 10 very easily. First tried it with Hatssut. She is an absolute dream. Void Rift, argument for one of the very best heroes in the game. Campaign, same thing. Faction trials for her faction, kind of same thing. She is crazy. Nightmare's a really tricky thing. Torrent, she is a solid option, but not a piercer. And then PvP stuff, this is what takes her for me to that triple S. She's an amazing PvE hero. There's a lot of heroes that are great in PvE or great in PvP. She's both. She really is. Guild Wars over here, she's still an absolute core piece in a lot of those still meta Nightmare strats. Will that change with the new maps? Maybe, but I still think she'll be at worst like an S. We'll have to see. Then AoE Arena, completely and utterly brilliant. And Anti-Air, a true and utter goddess. Hatssut deserves all the hype. She really is the kind of hero that if you do not have her, you should try to go get her, and that's what this banner is about. However, you might be thinking, Fastidious, that's kind of a no-brainer. Of course, Hatssut's on a banner. She's an amazing hero. Why are you trying to hype the banner up even more? Well, that's because of who she is paired with. Very typically, guys, we have seen be the case time and time again, weekend after weekend, we get the good, desirable hero and the meh, common bucket, normal legendary hero. That's not really the case here. Glacius is a brand new hero. a brand new legendary hero in the game. He is a Northerner Mage, which makes him very, very unique. More on that in a moment. And he's legitimately great. How great? I'm going to bring him in and do some testing to figure out myself later in the week, but I know War Guides already has a video, and he put up some crazy damage and even Guild Boss with Glacius. So he's a good DPS. Why is that so exciting? Well, right off the bat, he's not a bad hero, and he's paired with Hatssut. So what then elevates him from not just being, a good hero, a good DPS, but a great hero? Well, on top of the single target DPS he is capable of, amazing single target magic damage, he does a ton of crowd control. All of his basic attacks always inflict slow. You also have a 20% chance to do freeze. You can get this going in crazy ways with the rest of his kit. The damage is legitness. He synergizes beautifully with Northerners receiving those shields. And by the way, I told you we would circle back to it. He is a Northerner Mage. If you do not know, for stage 12 of the Northerner faction trials, there's literally a condition to 3-star that you must bring 3 mages. Up to this point, we only had 3 mages, Mari, Nocturne, and Shamir. You may remember I was pining for Shamir for like half a year. That rhymed. However, if you don't have Ajax, you need literally all 3. A lot of us don't have Ajax or Ajax, whatever the heck you guys want to call him. Now, Glacius makes it 4. Just having that 4th member in the Northerner Mage pool is tremendous. It's going to allow a lot of people to clear Northerners 12. Let me know if you pull Glacius this weekend. Come back to this video and tell me, oh, I just cleared Northerners 12. Because a lot of people have probably been sitting around for a long time hoping for Nocturne or Shamir. Obviously, we get Mari for free on day 3. And now Glacius is our 4th option. A lot of people will get him this weekend as they pull for both him and Hatssut. It is going to be awesome stuff. He's got fun awakenings. He is a really, really good hero. Tons of crowd control, tons of DPS, amazing synergy in the Northerner faction because his damage can increase as he is shielded. He can even shield himself. And even though he is not a cultist, he's the perfect person to synergize with the cultist faction because of the crazy uptime he puts out with crowd control effects. Very exciting banner, 2 hits. There's no misses on this banner. When it comes to the legendaries on this banner, we're not missing. We get triple S Hatssut, and I'm just going to tell you, at the absolute minimum worst case scenario, once I do my testing, I can already tell you Glacius will be an A+. I think very likely he'll end up being an S, and who knows, maybe we'll discover something and he's actually S+. I mean, the fact that he's got such brilliant magic damage, especially single target, and it is combined with an incredibly steady source of crowd control, very exciting stuff. More on those 2 later in the week. I will say I have a very, very big guide on Hatssut, like an ultimate hero guide. I'll put the picture up right now. We'll have the link in the description. Go check it out. If you want to get hyped for Hatssut, or if you have her and you don't understand what all the fuss is about, I think that will convince you. Now, for the undeniably excellent, but also undeniably controversial special ancient summoning for Debbie and Thallen, let me really quickly tell you why it's going to be so good. Debbie is a legitimate candidate to be the best hero in the game. I still have to do more thorough testing myself. I actually have to get in there, but everything I know from reading through her kit very thoroughly, both during the leaks and now the final version that is arriving in game, and what I'm hearing from all the other content creators on test server that have tested her, she's living up to the hype in a very, very big way. She's basically got a single target mode and an AoE mode with her solar flare and her stellar flare. You can see the AoE is going to be the solar mode, and the stellar mode is going to be the single target. This makes her maybe the most versatile hero in the game. She is our 2nd Watcher Lord. Watcher Lords just got a tremendous, tremendous boost. They got a major, major buff in their base Lord skill over here. Oh, and by the way, even though she is a legendary Lord, she also has dual faction and Arbiter, where she will synergize perfectly on a Praetus team. So I think there definitely will be new top meta teams led by Praetus with Ingrid right behind him. Incredible stuff. She is worth the hype. How good is she going to be? Is she going to be S+ or triple S? That is for me to decide soon, but unquestionably, she's going to be a top tier hero in this game. Full stop. A quick thing I do want to mention, when Destined and I broke her down, her A5 has now become her A3. So the best awakening in her awakening pool of her 5 awakenings has now moved up to a more attainable A3. Very, very exciting for all the whales out there. I do have to talk about Thallen. When it comes to AoE magic DPS fighters, he might be literally the best in the game, at least for certain content. Stuff like Gear Raid 4, Gear Dungeon 1, he's kind of unmatched. He's even better than Valkyra. He's amazing in Gear Raid 1. He can be really, really good in Conqueror. Anything you need big AoE magic DPS, he's an awesome floor option. It's kind of him, Valkyra, and Magda. Those are the 3 stars. In a lot of content, he actually is number 1. He's also an Arbiter, so a super rare hero, so this is a good opportunity to go get him. He synergizes very well with the Arbiters and also synergizes exceptionally well with his dual faction membership in the Esoteria Order. So you get the hype, right? These are brilliant banners. In total, between the normal 15x for Hatssut and Glacius and the special Ancient 15x for Ingrid and Thallen, we are 4 for 4 on excellent legendary heroes on rate up. 2 of them are triple S heroes. I mean, almost definitively, Debbie, aka Ingrid, will end up being one of those triple S legendary lords, and Hatssut is not losing her throne anytime soon. The other 2 heroes, Glacius and Thallen, are also tremendous. The hype is well deserved. So what is the controversy? A lot of people are saying that Debbie is coming too soon. Ingrid has arrived too quickly. And honestly, I do not think so. And I'm going to tell you very, very plainly why. It is not the developer's job to make legendary lords accessible at all. It is their job to make a ton of money from Ancient Summon. It is as simple as that. This is not for anything that even comes close to resembling the normal player. All normal players can do is earn as many free-to-play Ancient Summons, because normal players do not buy Ancient Summon. That is strictly whale and kraken behavior. So all normal players can do is stockpile. Eventually, you can get to the point where you're getting like 50 to 60 a month, which is very significant. But even that being said, at most, you will only ever be able to shoot your shot if you want to save up and do it in a big way where you have at least 200 Ancient Summons, 220, and can guarantee yourself a Legendary Lord. That's only happening about every 4 months, right? So since that is the case, them all being pushed together, it has nothing to do with almost all of us. It only has to do with spenders, and I don't think you can feel scorned. We knew she was coming. The Leak Boys, Destin, they do a great job of letting us know. How soon, we didn't know. But for any normal person, it's not like you could have ever gotten 100 in a couple weeks to begin with. The point of Ancient Summons, it's like Void Summons in Raid or Light Dark Summons in Summoner's Wars. They exist strictly to make a ton of money for the developers, and I think we just need to acknowledge that and accept that. It really is as simple as that. And what better way to make money than push them all close together? We had Valderon like a month ago, we had Praetus 2 weeks ago, and now here comes Debbie. This is what they're doing. The good news, if we want to focus on a positive here, is we are getting another new Legendary Lord, Ancient-Exclusive, just like Yovar, and when they arrive to global server, they're immediately arriving with a 15x banner. That's what we had with Yovar, and we're getting that right now with Ingrid. That is very exciting, and actually it can be powerful information for people that want to be more strategic and save more effectively in the future. When it came to heroes like Valderon or Soul Cadens when they first arrived, amazing triple S kind of Legendary Lord heroes, it took forever after coming to the global server to actually get a 15x rate up. It seems as though a new norm has been set, a new precedent exists, that when these new heroes come, they immediately arrive with a 15x. This lets us know that when we hear the murmurs on Discord, when we hear the news from the Leak Boys, hey, that banner's probably coming soonish, because now we know the hero's coming, and typically the hero's coming along with the banner. So I'll tell you, if there's something you're keenly and acutely looking out for, I'll tell you, for me, that is whoever the Ancient-Exclusive Nightmare Lord is going to be. You know, that's the only faction left. Once Ingrid comes to be a Legendary Lord alongside Leia, Tordor in the Nightmare faction, the Nightmare Council, will be the only Legendary Lord that does not have an Ancient-Exclusive counterpart. I'll tell you, that is who I'm saving everything for. I will, in fact, summon on this Debbie, aka Ingrid banner, but that's because I'm off a shockingly fresh pity. Unfortunately, I had the worst summons ever, and I only have a measly 12 summons. So even if I hit and I reset, it's not like I'm going to be in a bad spot. Almost certainly the next Legendary Lord to come will be the Nightmare Ancient-Exclusive, and I will save feverishly for that. In conclusion, these Ancient Summoning banners, these 15x on special Ancients, whatever you want to think of them as, they are not for any of us normal people. They are for the game to make some money. I honestly think the whales are going to whale anyway. The Krakens certainly are going to kraken anyway. Is it a little annoying that it wasn't spaced out and we couldn't have more time to prepare? Sure, but on the other side of that coin, we would not have had much time to begin with. They're throwing these things at us all the time. Let me please be clear. If it was up to me, we would get a full schedule weeks in advance and it would be spaced out beautifully. We would all get a chance to save. That is the ideal. I'm just saying, in these games, I truly think that cannot be the expectation. At the end of the day, they first and foremost care about the bottom line. The Ancient Summons, these really exclusive things, are how they achieve that bottom line. For me personally, I can accept that. That's not to say I don't wish it was different, but I can accept that. And I hope a lot of you guys can too. Otherwise, maybe you got to rethink the genre you play games in, because for this genre, they're really generous and forthcoming. It just happens to be in a genre where things are shockingly not generous and not forthcoming. They're trying to make some money, keep the game healthy. This stuff is strictly whale content. If you get great stuff, and some of you might already be in the comments saying, I have Praetus and Valderon and Soul Cadence free to play, that's awesome. But that's an exception to the rule. Typically, as a free-to-play or a non-whale or Kraken spender, these banners are just a shot in the dark, a sweet, sweet blessing, or once in a while, we know a Praetus is coming or a Valderon's coming for the anniversary, and we can save. But this is typically par for the course. You know, we have the League Boys to help us out, but in general, these banners are going to be a total gamble to begin with for any of us, so all we can do is cross our fingers and hope. That being said, I hope all of you have your fingers crossed, and I hope all of you pull Ingrid this weekend. If you want to, remember we're having a huge pulls party on Friday for Hatssut and Glacius, and then on Saturday for Debbie and Thallen. You will not want to miss it. It's going to be a ton of fun here on YouTube Live. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe, share it with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.